Hello, everybody. This is Gary Rothline, author and writer of Me and the Mental, a memoir about one's direction to the next. This is actually my final chapter overview of my book. Um, Previously, I did my past chapter overviews, and since chapter 15 is my final chapter, then this will be my final session for chapter overviews. Also, I just want to let you know, thank you all for attending my live event the other night. I'm glad that you guys were able to attend it, even though there's no set time. I still shoot it and recorded it, and I was glad that I was able to do that. But I do want to explain that I enjoy what I'm doing as an author because I have the capability to discuss with my viewers and anybody else that's interested in my book how I feel based on my posts that I write in regards to my book and express what this is really about. So further ado, let me now explain and discuss my final chapter, which is 15, which is how my employment concept shaped my present or modern day. So my chapter 15 really describes in briefly that my work prospect really shifted today, and it's all due to the reason of what I went through based on past employment experiences. So although my previous chapter 5, how I talk about my employment experiences from going to fast food restaurants and talking about my behavioral tendencies and some of the things that I did, well, it really, chapter 15 is just a summary about how those past work situations have shifted how I feel about work today. Although I don't have a negative view about work based on how I felt on my critical insight of chapter 10, which really discusses about how I was kind of in a negative point of view on how the work sector has to change in regards to the way people approach each other based on how my situation was. So communications and trying to make a world the better place that it is something that is related to the employment sector, because the employment sector does relate to how people have to connect, and it's also an important topic because, you can't really have a world if somebody's working and not everybody's going to get along. But we do not live in a perfect world. So it relates to the experiences on how I had been through those work conflicts. But with chapter 15, it's just basically finalizing how I continue on to this day, regardless of the patterns of my past negative employment experiences. But I've had positive and bad. But despite all the work experiences I've had, talking to other people, having work ethics, sometimes things just happen. So that's my final discussion I would like to talk about. And I want to conclude this video and say that I'm glad that I started these chapter overviews. But now that it's finalizing and this may be my last chapter overview, I just want to say thank you for watching these videos to anybody who's viewed them, from followers to anybody interested in my title. And I want to also conclude by saying that I'm more than happy to suggest that if you do decide to buy my book, it's the best time ever, because even though you viewers want to watch my live events as I read probably half or most of my sections, most of my sections of the books, most parts of the section of my book, then it makes sense to still buy the book, because not everything out of every section that I read will be read by me. So it does apply that anybody who wishes to purchase my book should do so. But I want to say thank you, and I'll keep you updated with my post on my author's page, and have a great night.